struggling with learning the development of arterial system and anatomy embryology, so this video is for you. So we are going to talk about in short, in the shortest way, how to learn and how to recapitulate the development of arterial system, because this is one of the important questions and practically also very important. So first of all, we need to understand there are two dorsal aortae and there is one aortic sac. Okay, so the aortic sac is sending the pharyngeal arteries to the two dorsal aortae. Okay, for example, here is the aortic sac. It is sending the arteries backwards to the dorsal aortae. So I am having the pairs. So there are 6 pairs initially. At last there will be 5. Why? Because one will regress automatically. That is the 5th one. Okay. So we have to forget the 5th. Forget the 5th one. So here is the left and here is the right. I have numbered them. First of all, from the aortic sac, we will divide it into two, the right horn and the left horn. Okay. So in the left horn, from the left horn we are moving upwards. Then first part is left horn of aortic sac. Then we are moving to the 4th pharyngeal arch, proximal, distal, both parts. Then we are moving to the dorsal aortae. Okay, the left dorsal aortae. So this will form an arch. I hope you can see this is an arch. So this is the aortic arch. Now we know what are the 3 branches of the aortic arch, the arch of aorta. First is the brachiocephalic, then we are having the common carotid, and then the subclavian. So these 3 are there. So BCS, okay, Bachelors of Computer Science, BCS. So first of all, we are having the brachiocephalic. It is on the right side. We all know it is on the right side. So we will just keep it on a hold and complete the left side first. So common carotid and subclavian of the left side. These are the main 2 targets for us. So common carotid gives 2 branches. Name them. External carotid and internal carotid. Then these 3, the common carotid artery, external carotid artery, ECA, and ICA, these are 3 in number. So which pharyngeal arch? 3rd pharyngeal arch. You are on the right track. So from this arch of aorta, we are connecting this to the 3rd pharyngeal arch, and on the 3rd pharyngeal arch only we are having a bud. That is the bud which ICA or ECA will go out first from the carotid sheath. Just recall, yes, ECA is external, so it will go out first. So this is the bud for the ECA. Then ICA will continue upwards towards and join the left dorsal aorta in the upwards direction, right? So we have done the common carotid also. And the fact is that the common carotid on the right side also follows the same path. And this is the path for the common carotid on right side. Next is subclavian. Now subclavian starts with S. So the 7th cervical segmental artery. This is the main component here. So when it is joining the dorsal aorta, we are having the 7th cervical segmental artery. Okay. And this will form the subclavian. Okay. So we are done with this and this. Now brachiocephalic is left. Now brachiocephalic is on right side. So let's come here. For the brachiocephalic, we are having this right horn. Left horn we attributed to the arch of aorta. Now right horn is the brachiocephalic trunk. So artery. So brachiocephalic will continue and it will give rise to the common carotid here, and we also need a subclavian artery for the right limb, right? So the subclavian artery will this is the 4th arch, the proximal portion of the 4th pharyngeal artery on the right side, and which will continue to the 7th cervical segmental artery. Okay, so this proximal portion of the 4th and the 7th cervical segmental on the right side. So this will form the subclavian this side. So we are done with all the arteries. What is left now? The left portion is first and second. First is maxillary. Okay, first is maxillary. you can see, and the second is stapedial artery. Second stapedial, you can again make a mnemonic SS, second stapedial, and first is maxillary. Ma is first. Okay, and fifth one will regress, and here you can see the sixth one. Now the proximal portion of the sixth pharyngeal arch artery on both the sides will go to the lungs. So above organs are done now. Which is left here? Only the lungs, and there are two lungs. So from both the sides, sixth pharyngeal arch to the proximal portion to the lungs. Now in fetal life, we know we don't want to send the blood to the lungs. So from here we will do a shunting, and this shunting to the aorta directly. And how will that be possible? What is left now in here? This was sixth pharyngeal arch. So the distal portion of the sixth pharyngeal arch artery will form the ductus arteriosus. So this is all about the development of arterial system. Now what is left? Just guess. Yes, the dorsal aortae are left. So we want to supply the blood to rest of the body, right? So we are having the lateral branches and the posterolateral branches and the ventral. Okay, so ventral V means V for vitelline, and vitelline umbilical arteries, these will be supplied, and these will form the superior mesenteric, that the ligaments and all, inferior mesenteric, these will be formed from the ventral branch of the dorsal aorta. Then lateral are like kidneys, then kidney, renal artery, suprarenal and gonadal arteries, these three together. And posterolateral will give to the upper limb, lower limb, the intercostal, the say lateral sacral arteries and these things. Okay, so I have given you an overview, and it was a kind of revision for you. And if you like this kind of learning, then do subscribe and share it with your friends for their benefit also.